Good evening, everyone. I hope I am audible. On behalf of BioRx, I warmly welcome you all to today's BioRx expert session. Today's session is titled Coastal and Marine Ecosystem Current Status, Challenges, and Conservation Initiatives. Our coastal and marine ecosystems are incredibly rich in biodiversity, but they are also facing several challenges, including habitat degradation, marine debris, ghost gear, and other human induced threats. Today, we will explore these challenges and learn about conservation initiatives working towards protecting these vital ecosystems. It is my pleasure to introduce our speaker for today, Dr. D. Adhavan, MSc, PhD marine biologist, and lead coastal and marine conservation CSR program head at HCLF Foundation. Dr. Adhavan has extensive expertise in coastal and marine conservation, seagrass, coral reef, and mangrove restoration, ghost gear migration, marine debris management, and community based conservation. He has also been actively involved in research, environment education. We are truly honored to have him with us today. So, without further ado, I invite Dr. D. Adhavan to begin today's session. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
Okay. So let me quickly share my slides. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and thank you, the organizing committee, for this wonderful gathering. And one minute, turn on my camera. I'll be happy to share some information about coastal marine. I'm not able to share my screen. Share. So you can see my screen. Hello.
Yes, sir, we can.
So you can see the full screen, right, in PPT mode. Hi. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm thanking you once again for this wonderful opportunity, and would like to take you through this conservation of coastal marine ecosystem and challenges and current initiatives. And we're also working on some interventions along the
I am
coast.
sorry, sir. Akshay, we can see the screen. It's not in the PPT mode.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Okay. Anyway, one minute. How to share? Stop sharing. Okay. So what about now? Still, you can see that same screen.
No, sir.
Share the entire screen. Now,
Yes, sir, we can see.
okay. Thank you for the confirmation. So, like coastal marine ecosystem, we know like India has a coastline extending nearly uh, 11,000 kilometers. And like we have a lot of ecosystems, like which is critically important and plays very important role in conservation, I mean in carbon sequestration and climate change. If you see like estuaries, mangrove, corals, salt marshes, and seagrass meadow, these are the critical important ecosystems that are under threat due to climate change impact and human interventions. So there are a lot of interventions. If you see, there are like pollution, climate change, overfishing, that is anthropogenic impact. So not like again in pollution, there are a lot of pollution. So the people we are responsible for this all this impact, the pollution, the climate change, and overfishing. For example, if you see like whatever pollution we are doing in the land, it is ultimately ending up in the ocean. So if you can say whatever pollution, like water pollution, air pollution, or land pollution, the like ultimate the ocean is a like a sink. So now, see, like there are many people who are living in landlocked area. So they may think like I'm not directly related to sea, but I'm not involved in marine pollution. But they are involved in marine pollution directly or indirectly. So whatever pollution we are doing in the river runoff, and it is carried by the river runoff, and it is finally ending up in the sea and the air, like whatever the carbon produced in the land, it is getting trapped by a lot of ecosystem, and marine ecosystem is one of the important ecosystem that uh, plays very important role in carbon sequestration. If you see coastal and marine ecosystem play sequester carbon 7 times than the terrestrial forest. So that is we are directly or indirectly doing something good as well as bad for this coastal ecosystem. And in this presentation, if we can understand what are the impact we are doing unknowingly or unknowingly, and the mitigation, from your level, from our level, like a from the point of a common man, what we can do to conserve the coastal and marine ecosystem, and small things and all we can we can learn about this. And go to next slide. So as I said before, these are the important ecosystem habitats: seagrass, mangrove, salt marsh, and coral reef. So all these ecosystems are interlinked. If you see these ecosystems, we cannot say if this ecosystem is not there, the other ecosystem can thrive. So other ecosystem can thrive, but the impact is very less. So in forthcoming slides, I'll be explaining what, how, and why they are important. So before that, I would like to say microplastics. So the plastics, so whatever we are using, we have to manage that properly. We cannot stop using plastic. That is very difficult, because in our life everything has become plastic, like right from our cell phone to like the TV what we are watching, and the vehicle what we are running. Everything is like somehow plastic is involved in our day-to-day life. So what we can do is we cannot stop plastic, but we can manage. We can reduce the use of plastic, and we can recycle the plastic and reuse the plastics. So if you see the ghost nets, again the as you said, like there's a ghost net is also causing threats to the coastal marine ecosystem. So in India, you can see like there are around 174,000 fishing gears are operating every year, and there are approximately like 15,000 or more than 15,000 tons of ghost nets are getting abandoned. So what is ghost nets? Do you have any idea, anyone? Shall we have interaction session, or question answer will be the last? Hello, hello. Am I audible? Hello, hello. Am I audible?
Yes, you
I
are
don't know.
audible.
So like we can have the question session now, or I'll let me turn off my camera. I think yeah. So we can have the question and answers at the last of the session, or like we can have an interactive session.
Sir, preferably after the talk.
Okay, after the talk. Okay. So ghost gears. So I was talking about ghost gears. What are ghost gears means? Like when the fishing nets are getting abandoned or left in the sea, or due to non-conducive weather condition by the fisher folk. These nets are it will be wandering in the sea and get entangled in some rocks or any hard substrate. So what will happen is like if these nets are getting entangled, then there will be some fishes mostly marine mammal or megafauna, like when they go for when they are wandering in the sea, like they will get entangled into this nets. So this process is called ghost fishing. So the net involved in this process is called ghost nets. So again, this ghost nets and ghost fishing process, what will happen is these fishing are fished for none. What happened? These fish and megafauna and including threatened species like sea turtle or dolphins or sharks or whales, uh, they'll get entangled into these nets, and it is very difficult for them to come out, and they lead their life there for a certain time, and they'll leave. I mean, they'll die there itself. So this again affecting the biodiversity, and this is also a threat to the marine ecosystem. So apart from that, how this plastics and ghost nets are affecting human beings. So now we can see the in this picture we can see microplastic in the food chain. So what happens when these plastics are broken into smaller pieces due to a lot of physical processes like wave action or the many physical process, and then these small particles are consumed by fishes. When the fish is consumed by human, then there will be a bio accumulation and biomagnification, the microplastic accumulate human being. So when this plastics, again, this is a polyethylene or polypropylene, this is a synthetic one. When the synthetic, they also have some chemical properties. When these chemical interact with the chemicals which is present in human body, they are tends to induce cancers. So this is, according to the recent study, plastic are the main reason for the breast cancer among the human. Like people who are started using single plastics, they are uh, likely to get cancer very soon than the people who are not using the plastic much. So there is a study is also going on this, and we need to avoid plastic usage. Of course, we cannot use, but we have to manage and we have to dispose it properly. We have to recycle and reuse the plastic. And again, as I said before, it is not only affecting the ecosystem; it is also affecting human being. So this is why we have to limit the use of plastic, and the pollution itself we have to control it. Next is slide is not getting changed. Yeah, okay. So as I said before, like plastic, they are categorized into three groups: macroplastic, mesoplastic, and microplastic into the sea. So macroplastic are large one, and mesoplastic are smaller one, which is visible, and microplastic which are not visible. So how these plastics are taken by the marine animal or fish? So we can say like they have sense, right? They have sense. They can differentiate whether it is a food or whether it is a plastic. So we can see in the when the plastics are thrown into the sea, there will be a small layer of algae will be forming over the plastic, whatever material. So if you keep any substance in the sea for certain time, there will be a slime layer formed over this substance, like whether it is a bottle or whether it is a cardboard or whatever. Okay, so this slime layer contains set of organism micro algae, that form that gives like a pungent or foul smell, which is mainly produced by dimethyl sulfate. So when this dimethyl sulfate is produced, this smell will attract the marine organism, even the marine birds. They'll think this is a food. So this is a usual smell which is produced in the marine ecosystem, and they will think, okay, this is a food, and they'll consume. So when they consumed, what will happen is like this plastic will go and choke in their digestive system, and in the respiratory tract, and it will cause catastrophic effect in their body. So we also know, like sea turtle, they also consume jellyfish, sea jellies. So what happened again? The same story. When these sea jellies are covered by this micro algae, and then they produce the dimethyl sulfate. So this smell will attract the sea turtle. They'll think, okay, when the single use plastic or plastic cover, when it is inverted, they'll think, okay, this is a jellyfish we can go and feed on. So they'll again go and feed on it, and by thinking it's a jellyfish, and it'll get choked in their digestive tract or respiratory tract. So this is a difficult time for the marine organisms. So this is how the plastics are getting into marine ecosystem, and it is also getting into human body. Okay. So next is okay. So how this plastic is entering into the sea? As I said before, these plastics are entering to sea like a lot of process, like tourism, and most of the people who are going for tourism in marine national park or marine coastal area, they'll throw their plastic, their bottles in the sea and in the river. Like whatever pollution you do, like when the plastics are not managed properly, when it is washed ashore and washed during the storm water to the river or whatever, ultimately it will finally ending up in the sea. And when the fishing net are discarded in the sea, again this is also causing plastic pollution. So from these figures, all these photos are taken from Indian water. Okay. So like first picture you can see, that is from Rameshwaram area, Gulf of Mannar region, where the people will go for normally the tourism will be pilgrim tourism will be there. So they have a thought like pilgrim. There's a belief, if you go to this Rameshwaram sea, you have to leave something there and come. That is a belief. So what they do is like they will leave the cloth there, and they'll come without thinking what is the impact of this cloth on the marine ecosystem. So there are a lot of people who are travel from different part of the country to Rameshwaram, and they'll simply throw their what to say, like plastics and cloth, and most of the cloths are made from nylon cloth, many things like that, which is not degradable. So this is also causing nuisance. So actually, the belief is we have to leave something bad habit of us, but people are not doing that. They are leaving their cloth and the rituals of things. And in second photograph, again you can see a set of organism, marine organism, puffer fish and the crabs and all got entangled into the plastic, and you can see the starfish, sea star is also got entangled into the this ghost nets, fishing nets. And it is like again they are not in use, I mean they're not used by the many people. Again they are thrown in the wild. And the third picture from the right, that is from Andamans. Again, this is also a plastic which is washed ashore from different part of the world. Like Andamans, like we have plastic coming from Thailand, Malaysia, or Vietnam, many places. And this is also like an Andamans, like underwater thing. So when you see Andaman in internet, you can see only the beautiful beaches, but there is also other side, which is the plastics, which is really bad for the tourism as well as for the human and marine ecosystem. So as I said like before, how these plastics like fishing gear entanglement, fishing net discarded, and ghost fishing happened. So this is a ghost net, how this ghost net is formed. And marine debris, again if you see the marine debris, As I said before, plastics are broken into smaller pieces by the physical properties. I mean, physical activities, and it is was some plastic washed ashore, some plastics will be mesoplastic, and some will be microplastic. So the coral reef, coral reef is also a group of a set of organisms, like tiny organisms called polyps. They are forming the coral reef, and they accumulate all the calcium, and they form the calcium substance in the coral reef. Like whatever structure you are seeing in the coral reef ecosystem, that is formed by a small minute organism called polyp, which is inside the coral. So how this polyp feed on is like they will some many coral they have extended polyp. And if you see Favia, Favitis, and Platygera, they have the polyps and all will come and they feed on the small phytoplankton or zooplankton, whatever coming near to them. So when the small plastics also, microplastics also carried near to the coral reef area, they again mistakenly assume that is their food, and the polyp will catch the plastic and they'll consume that. And once it goes into the ecosystem, into their body again, this plastic, they will do some the chemical reaction will not be very conducive for these organisms. So not only human, all the all the organism in the ecosystem are affected by this plastic pollution in the marine ecosystem. So ecological importance of a mangrove salt marsh. Before that, yeah, so we know there are, as I said before, there are different ecosystems are there. There is a salt marsh, mangrove, and mud flat, and coral reef. So, as I said before, mangroves and salt marsh, they play very important role in carbon storage and coastal protection, and they are the feeding and breeding ground for many fishes and set of other organisms, and they support a varied amount of biodiversity, including fishes and tigers in Sundarban area, and monkey, deers in Sundarban. And they also support livelihood like fishing support and tourism, everything like they support. So they are very important, and they play very important role in maintaining the climate change impact. Okay. So, as I said before, like mudflats and coral reef, they also play very important role in carbon sequestration and coastal protection, and they are feeding and breeding ground for many fishes, and they support varied biodiversity fishes and commercially important fishes, and they are also working as a biodiversity hotspot, and they are the good source for economic for the coastal communities. So many coastal community they depend on this mudflat as well as coral reef for their livelihood. And next slide we'll be seeing, so how these ecosystems are interconnected. So we have seen mangrove, salt marsh, mudflat, and coral reef. You can imagine from this picture, so the pattern will be first the salt marsh will be there, then after certain distance mangrove will be there, and then after certain distance, mud flat, and then coral reef. So this is a pattern by designed by the nature. So you can imagine when water, the flood water is moving from land. So we know there are a lot of pollution happening, and in land we do a lot of activity that will carry some toxic chemicals as well, and many things which is toxic, heavy metals, and nutrients, everything will be carried in the water. You can imagine this picture. When the flood water carries all these impurities, these ecosystems, they play as a biological filters. So when the water enter into salt marsh, they will trap this heavy metals and the floating sediments, and there will be a set of organism, microorganism, as well as small fishes. They feed on this, and they break the complex substance into simpler one, organic one, and this can be easily digested by the plants. This is by nature's design like that. Then comes the mangrove. So again, if you see in the mangrove, when the floating substance, which is passing through the salt marsh, again the complex substance of complex structure of roots of mangrove will trap all this substance. So when the solid substance are trapped there, again we also have a set of organisms there, like mud skipper, like crab, and the commercially important fishes. They break, and like we also have a microorganism, microalgae, and recently scientists they have discovered plastic degrading bacteria from mangrove ecosystem, Moraxilla species. So there are many things which is not studied even from this mangrove ecosystem. So then this organism will break this again, which is escaped from the salt marsh. The substance which is escaped from salt marsh will be trapped in mangrove ecosystem, and the organism which are meant to digest all these impurities or toxic substance, they'll be breaking them into the simpler one. Then when it is broken, then the water which is entering, which is passing through mangroves, it will pass through a mud flat. So the solid substance floating, like silt and all, will be settled there. Again, like we can say, like there are a lot of many impurities which can be passing through this. They can escape through salt marsh, mangrove, and like when it comes to mud flat, the mud flat ecosystem will be like a stagnant, like sort of stagnant water before entering into the sea. So the floating substance will be settled down in the mud flat. We can see sea grasses here. So again, in the seagrass ecosystem, they will trap this again free flowing substance, and there will be a small shells and gastropods which will be feeding on the detritus matter, and there will be a shore bird we can see in the mud flat region, which will be feeding on this ecosystem. So there will be a balance in the ecosystem. The population of the species will be balanced in this ecosystem by providing food and ecological service. Then you can imagine coral reef always need pure water. So when there is increase in sedimentation, or increase in salinity, or increase in temperature, this will affect the coral reef. See how the nature is designed. When the water is coming from the mud flat, only the pure water will be going to the sea water will be going to the coral reef ecosystem. If any of this ecosystem is disturbed, either salt marsh or mangrove or mud flat, there are chances for the sediment to be carried by the water to the coral reef ecosystem. When the sediments are gone there, this coral reef, this sediment will be choking the pores in the coral, and the coral will die. So when the coral dies, the carbon sequestration and the ocean acidification will be there, and there will be imbalance in the ecosystem. The biogeocycles also happening in this. All this ecosystem will be affected. So that is why we should not disturb any of this ecosystem. Like when you're going to the beach or seashore area, you can see this pattern. So this pattern is designed by the nature, and this is really supporting us. And we should not think, okay, salt marsh is not important and we can construct some villas or beachside views and all. No, we should not do that. And again, we should not think mangroves is not important. We have a mudflat or coral reef. If you destroy any of this ecosystem, definitely there will be a catastrophic effect of this on this ecosystem, and there will be a like a drastic climate change pattern will be there. So like the climate patterns also getting changed day by day. That is, most of the people they are saying like we are thinking only because of industrial pollution. We are the climate change is happening because of industrial pollution, and the pollution coming from the vehicle and all. And the climate change is also happening because of destroying of this ecosystem. There are a lot of construction happened, tourism activities happening by destroying this ecosystem, and that is also important, I mean, playing a negative role in this climate change impact. So seagrass. So seagrass is the only flowering plant we can see in the oceans. So, the seagrass are very important because they also play very important role in like biogeocycle and the carbon sequestration. They trap tons of blue carbon in their soil, and they play very important role in for fisheries. Fisheries. Okay, so seagrass, we can say many people will be mistaken seagrass and seaweed. So why I'm taking seagrass here is like I have worked on coral reef restoration, mangrove restoration, seagrass restoration, and recently we have developed a site-specific strategy for seagrass restoration in Gulf of Kutch region, and it got published. And I'll be taking you through the process what we have done. So first is like we have to know the difference between seagrass and seaweeds. So many times like there are seaweeds and seagrass, they look alike. So if you see uh, collarpa species, that they also collarpa is a seaweed that resembles like seagrass. Many people they will misunderstand, like when a new student is going to the wild to see seagrass, they may misunderstand collarpa with seagrass. So first things we have to understand is algae will not have roots. They have a hold fast which will be holding on the any rock substance or any solid substance. But seagrass, they have roots. It is sort of rhizome. So like it's like a ginger, but not that much thick. The rhizome will be very thin. It will be interconnected under the soil. And seagrass is the only flowering plant, and algae will not have any flowers. So these are the major identification factors of this differentiation for algae and seagrass. Okay, next is the role of seagrass. So again, as I said before in the previous slide, seagrass also playing important role in trapping the nutrients, nitrogen, phosphate, and they are playing important role in biogeocycle, and they also called as lungs of the sea. So when small fishes they use seagrass as a hiding ground from the predators. So they also many fishes they lay eggs in the seagrass to avoid the predators. So this will hide the eggs, and these eggs will be hatched in it will be hatched inside the seagrass ecosystem itself, and they are also acting as a feed for many marine organisms. So it's a cyclic process. Okay. So as I said before, seagrass plays very important role in trapping the sediment and getting the clear water to the next ecosystems. So from this picture, you can see how the seagrass ecosystem is very important. So when seagrass is there, you can see the difference of the water quality. So water quality, one side with the seagrass is blue in color, and the other side, which is not with the seagrass, is like sort of brown color because of the sediment flowing sediments. And fishes also prefer seagrass ecosystem. There are a lot of microorganisms and a lot of benthic organisms, and the fish will come and feed on them. It's a cyclic process. And the seagrass also, like, because due to their baffling effect, when the seagrass is moving here and there due to the wave action, so the sediment will be hit by the leaves blade, and it will be the sediment will be trapped down, and again the floating sediments will be brought down due to their baffling effect. And again the set of organism will digest this complex substance, and we have benthic organisms which feed on that. And from this picture you can see like how they are playing important role when the outwelling, when the increased nutrients are taken carried away by the land based source. It is trapped by salt marsh, mangroves, and seagrass, and the pure water is taken to the sea. And when the wave action, when the huge waves come forming from the ocean side, again this ecosystem they are stopping the wave action, and we can say the the soil erosion we can be saved, and other things and all, the impact of the huge waves and all will be really minimized by this ecosystem. Again, sediment trapped and trophic cascade, different organism different lives in different trophic level, and again the energy flows from different ecosystem, from one ecosystem to other ecosystem. So all these ecosystem are very important. So usually we always think there are chimeric species and flagship species, and what to say, mostly most of the tourists are uh, concerned about the chimeric species, which is very charismatic species, which is dolphin, sea turtle, or something like that. But they are not understanding the importance of this ecosystem and small organism which is living in this ecosystem. So we all should understand the importance of this ecosystem and organisms. Again, as I said before, the seagrass, they play very important role carbon sequestration, and when the seagrass are not there, there are high risk for ocean acidification. When the carbonic acid is not, when the carbon which is trapped by the microorganism, microalgae, which is in the marine ecosystem, which is not trapped by the seagrass or other ecosystem, then there are chances for this increase in the carbonic acid in in the marine ecosystem, and this will lead the ocean acidification. So as I said before, we have done some seagrass restoration activity. So what we did is first of all we studied how the seagrass are um thriving the ecosystem, and what are the impact which are affecting their diversity. So there are a lot of factors affecting their diversity, that is temperature and physical activity of human, and docking and anchoring, and other marine pollution activities. So these are the things we have studied, and we also studied the nutrient source for the seagrass and what are the nutrients they are depend on, and the water dependency, like how the water is playing important role, and where the seagrass will which side this seagrass prefer to stay, and preferred habitat and clean water. Everything we have studied first, because if you start any restoration activity, first we have to study what are the factors affecting the ecosystem, then and what are the dependency of the ecosystem and what is required there, and before selecting donor site as well as recipient site, we have to study all these parameters. So if you see the seagrass ecosystem, we can see in Gulf of Kutch, Lakshadweep, Gulf of Mannar, Park Bay region, Chilka Lake, Andaman Nicobar Island. And so these are the things, we have made one slide for seagrass identification. These are the seagrass species which is found in India, and these are the identification factors for the seagrass. This is completely based on their leaf structure and based on their rhizome and other properties. Okay. So the threats. Normally, if you see the marine pollution and anchoring and trawling and human activities, all these are human activity. They are the threats for this seagrass ecosystem. And there are also other threats, this is plastic pollution and sewage disposal. And again, as I said, trawling, this you can see the trawling is also unmanaged trawling is also a risk for the seagrass ecosystem. So we want to understand how the seagrass reproduce. Seagrass reproduce sexually as well as asexually. So they also produce like pollen grains. When these pollen grains are taken by the water current and they fuse together, then they'll be uh, taken carried by the water current to different regions suitable conducive ecosystem. Then they will be anchored there. And next part is like when the seagrass rhizome are detached from their mother rhizome is detached from the mother plant, then it will go carried by the wave action and current and settled in a place. Okay. So yeah, this picture depicts like how this the pollen grains and the seeds are carried by the seagrass. I mean, by the water action, and they also have the photosynthesis process, and they'll be wandering here and there by the water current. And if they find the suitable place, it will get anchored there, and within a 1 week, it will get established there. Okay, so seagrass restoration. As I said before, like we have done seagrass restoration, transplantation in Gulf of Kutch region. So in Gulf of Kutch region, before Gulf of Kutch, I have proposed this idea in Park Bay region, but due to non-conducive weather condition, we are not able to do that due to cyclone impact. All our equipment washed away. So then we have took a special permission for the seagrass restoration in Gulf of Kutch region. Then we have done. So when we study the resources, available resources, there are different types of method followed for seagrass restoration. That is plug method, peat pot method, staple method, and all, according to Fonseca et al. So like we have applied all these method, but all these method are not suitable for Gujarat condition because they have high amplitude of uh, water current. I mean, tidal region and increased water current. So we have also done some basic studies and we have modified this methodology. So first of all, we have to study distribution of seagrass for which species we have to select and for the thing for the restoration, and we have to select the site for, I mean, nursery site we have to select, and donor site, which is place where we have to restore the seagrass. So we have studied, I mean, we have taken three region: Mitapur, Narara, and Perotan Island. So among these three islands, Mitapur was found to be suitable because if you see in the Gulf region, the flow of Indus River has a great impact of I mean the sediment from the Indus River has a great negative impact if you see inside the Gulf region. When the water, I mean the water enters from the Gulf from the north from northern part, and it will come out to the southern part. When because of that, the sediment will be carried and getting accumulated in Perotan and Narara region. Then Mitapur, the location where we selected, there the sedimentation rate was comparatively low. Then again, it was thing. Then the species selected was Halodil uninovis and Halophila ovalis because this is a pilot study in Gulf of Kutch region, and these seagrass are much preferred by dugongs and sea turtle. So they are much consumed by these organisms and they are under threat also. The site selection also, like we have done scuba diving and free diving, and based on that, we have selected a suitable site. So the site selection also, it is near to the reef structure, so that the induced current can stop the water flow, and the intensity of the current pattern also we have studied, and we also studied the light penetration because since seagrass is also based it is completely dependent on photosynthesis. We should not go deeper waters. So deeper water, the light penetration will be less when compared to the top region. So that is why we have also selected the light penetration good region, as well as the sedimentation rate also should be very less, so that the water quality should be good. So initially we have also studied temperature for 1 year. We have studied this pattern: temperature, pH, salinity, TDS, stability. So we have after 1 year study, we have shortlisted one region, and we also use this staple method from this. For the secret restoration. So what happened? The staple method is they'll take the rhizome, and in the rhizome they will be planting the rhizome inside a suitable place with the support of iron string or something like that, so that the seagrass rhizome will not washed away from by the current. So we tried this, but this is not suitable in Gujarat because the current pattern is more, the water flow is more. So what we have done is like we have modified this methodology. We have laid one iron frame, and within the iron frame, we have used this methodology with the support of iron string or something like which is biodegradable. Many people they have studied, they have done this research with plastic or PVC pipes, which is not suitable, which is not advisable. And we have used iron frame. So this iron frame over the course of time it will get eroded, and it will be not toxic for the nature. But the best part is like we also can use other thing, bamboo or other jute material, which is for the seagrass restoration. In Odisha, we are trying that at present. So this is the methodology what we used, and this iron frame, all this iron frame, and this is like on the four corners, like we have placed a huge rock. I'm sorry, and we have pressed inside this. Well, once it is gone into the water, submerged into the sediment, like we have planted the seagrass rhizomes, and then we have kept a metal string or metal clip for the support, so that it will not be get washed away by the current pattern. And we have monitored this weekly basis, then monthly basis, and yearly basis. Like 1 year we have monitored this seagrass was stabilized, when compared to the other location. Here the seagrass got stabilized, so we concluded this methodology can support Gujarat ecosystem climate pattern. So after several halofila oval is simply like stabilized more, and this that is a positive result, and nearly we can see the survival rate was 80 percentage in Gujarat. So this was uh, result we found that. And the difficulties what we saw during this restoration was like sometimes the water visibility was very poor. We cannot see even 1 feet. The visibility will be 1.5 feet also, like we cannot see the person who's near to us, and that was really a bad time. And due to non-conducive weather condition, like during cyclone we have lost many of our metal frame, and that are the difficulties we have seen. And thank you very much for listening this thing. This quote from Jane Goodall, only if we understand we can care, can we care, and only if we care we will help, we shall be saved. So it is not like we are helping the animal or ecosystem. This is common for all the ecosystem biodiversity. We can say like I am helping the biodiversity to thrive. No, it is not that. It is helping you are helping yourself. If you are helping the biodiversity, biodiversity will help you. like um, Lot of goods and services we are getting from the biodiversity. So we have to understand what is the problem and how this ecosystem is the complexity of the ecosystem and how it can be worked. Thank you very much once again for listening. Hi. I'll turn on my camera. Hi, thank you. You have any questions?
Hi everyone, if you have any questions, you can either put it in the chat box or you can turn on your mic and speak.
I'll be happy to take questions regarding anything related to marine biodiversity, marine ecosystem. Like whenever like you're going to eco beaches, or if you see something new or something different, and you still don't know what is that, you please can put that question also. There's no bad question or good question. Question is a question.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
Rudraj.
yes, sir. My name is Samir. I'm from
Yes, please.
Kerala. Sir, I just have a question. Like the seagrass which we are planting, what in case because of low tide in a low tide scenario, but if it get exposed directly to the sunlight by chance,
Sir,
will
yes, sir.
whether it will affect the growth of the seagrass?
No, sir. Actually, if you see, the seagrass will be there in the intertidal region, right from the lowest low tide to the high tide. We can see the seagrass. So when it is exposed during low tide, it will not affect. So there will be adaptation. The seagrass will be adapted. Not only seagrass, many organisms. Like if you see, if you go to Gujarat, even the coral reef also adapted to stay in the increased temperature. So this all this marine organism they will be adapted to that. So this low tide region will not affect that. Only thing is like when any physical activity, anchoring or human interaction, that will affect this. So when it is exposed during low tide means that will not affect the seagrass. If the seagrass is doesn't like this place means it will normally it will not be there. So if you see in Orissa, in Chilka Lake, the salinity will go nearly 6 ppt. So there also we can see a lot of freshwater grass as well as seagrass. So all this this organism, they adapt themselves according to their living place. I hope I have answered to you,
Yes, sir.
Mr.
Thank you so
Amrut.
much for the
Thank you
detailed
very much.
explanation. I
Thank you
appreciate
very
it.
much.
I appreciate it.
Hello, sir.
Hello, Doctor. Wonderful to see you.
Happy to see you, Pradeep.
Yeah. So it was an enlightening and wonderful presentation. We can always understand that how much of hard work is going behind in field, on field, and off the field, and different types of methodology that you are testing it out to make it successful. So wonderful. I have just this is not. I know that you are expert. I mean, like when we think of major things, now I have the one curiosity question. So it is
Please.
about when we always think about seagrasses, we primarily focus about dugongs. So when you
Yes.
are when you are talking about in your presentation that seagrass is also a good place for small fishes to actually escape from predators as well as to lay eggs also. So what would
Yes.
be the interaction of these small fishes and their eggs if at all dugongs are coming for grazing and all? I mean, like, I'm just wondering because we always focus on dugongs and yeah, because numbers are very low. I mean, like, just a curiosity question because we shouldn't be missing out these small fishes that take refuge from predators as well as these eggs. No, was just
Yes. Yes.
thought of curiosity only because I understood that dugong should be saved. The numbers are very low and connection with grassland because seagrass for dugongs. So just a curiosity question.
Thank you, Pradeep, for this question. This is a wonderful question. So, what happened is, the seagrass and the sea turtle, they will go and keep on grazing on this seagrass. So, there are a lot of fishes and crabs and other benthic organisms will be there. So, they cannot avoid this. The recent study from UAE, they also studied the gut content of the dugong. Uh, 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 like uh, Along with the seagrass, they also found small crab fishes. So these things and all. So they cannot go and pick this. I mean, select only seagrass, because if you see the egg mass and all will be sticking tightly to the seagrass. So we cannot remove that. So there are like when they are consuming this, they will consume along. I mean, these small fishes and crabs and all along with their food. And yeah, and how when these crabs are away means they will not feed on that crab. So that is how they understand like they are feeding on seagrass, and the associate organism also will go along with their food.
Okay. Okay. Thank
I
you.
hope
And
I
the
have
effort,
understood.
no, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I've got some understanding about that. And the effort, because we wanted to know. So how much of area you have tried doing this seagrass restoration in Gujarat as of now?
Okay, okay. In seagrass, like in Gujarat, the fund was very less, and we wanted to standardize the methodology. So, like it is not large scale. We have developed the methodology and the nursery site. So it's hardly maybe you can say it's 25 square meters within that.
No, but
And
ultimately you found out the best methodology which would work in that area,
yes, yes,
depending on all, yeah, yeah, salinity, turbidity, and wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So hopefully that is going to set an SOP for any grass restoration in Gulf of Kutch. Wonderful.
yeah, in Gulf of Kutch, and again we are also working in Chilka Lake. There also a site-specific strategy we are working on. Very soon we'll be working on park-based Gulf of Mannar region. Hopefully, we'll get
Okay.
some good result.
Wonderful, wonderful. Lovely to see you after so long time.
Very
And it
happy to
was
see you, Pradeep.
really, yeah, very, really interesting presentation. And it
Thank you
was,
very much.
and I have a lot of questions about micro, meso, and macro plastics. Definitely, we will talk in
Sure, sure,
detail because
sure,
this
sure.
can be, out of kind of thing for all of the audience because of our interest. They shouldn't be
Yes.
wasting all of their time. Also, I'll talk to you in person. Thank you. Wonderful presentation, Dr. Adhavan. Thank you.
Thank you, Pradeep. Thank you for this question. Happy to see you.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Hanuj.
Hi, hi. It was a very nice presentation.
Thank you very much.
Came to know new things, many new things. So I basically work with the Kerala Agriculture University. I'm an assistant professor here in the Kerala Agriculture University. Work with
Okay,
insects. So
okay.
my doubt is, see, when we are talking about planting, see,
Hmm.
how do you figure out the area for planting? I mean, whether it is already vegetated, or I mean, how you figure out where we should plant, or whether that area was already planted. I mean, naturally
Mhm.
there was vegetation. I mean, that's one doubt. And second thing is, how do you get the planting materials? I mean,
Okay,
how you manage to, do you cultivate it yourself, or you do go for distributing
okay.
it? Yeah.
Okay. So first question is, as I said before, like we have to do the feasibility study. So
Okay.
first is we have to understand the history of the place, whether this place has had seagrass and now no seagrass. So what is the reason why the nature has its own style? So if the seagrass is not there, means that means the seagrass doesn't like that place. Not only seagrass, any animal or any
Yeah, yeah,
species
sure.
which is already present there and now it is not there, means that doesn't like that place, something is affecting their growth. So
Okay.
we have to understand that what are the factors. So biochemical factors, sediment factors, and light penetration, everything, and like water quality we have to study. So based on that, then same pattern, when we are doing the research, we have to study where are the other seagrass location. So
Okay.
like we also in Mitapur area, there is one abandoned underwater tank. It was used by Tata Chemicals there.
Okay.
Now it is abandoned, and it is very, it has very what to say, confined ecosystem. So there the seagrass was growing very much. Then there we have studied what is the parameter which is supporting the seagrass, so
Okay.
that we should understand the difference between this. Then if the pattern which it is slightly differ, or we have to wait whether suit the selection which is comparatively likely same as the recipient as well donor side.
Okay.
Then, as I said, like this submerged tank, which is not like a used by many like a sea turtle or dugong, because it was enclosed, confined one, and that doesn't have like a large space for the marine mammal to enter. So that place we have selected as a donor site. So
Okay.
from there we have taken the seagrass and we pilot tested here in this location, which is near to the reef, which is like there are a lot of patches of seagrass we found. So that
Okay.
means seagrass is growing, and but the diversity is not coming, and the light penetration also we have seen. So light
Okay.
penetration is good. So based on that, we have planted the seagrass there. Then it has started propagating and it has started growing good. So that methodology we have finalized. It is good for this thing.
Okay. Then
Yes.
how? Then so do you have a map? So do you have some mapping already done for this seagrass coverage in our Indian waters?
Yeah, yeah. I think WII have done their mapping of seagrass, and
Okay.
Ministry of Environment, Forest, Climate Change also they have done some mapping
Okay.
of seagrass.
Okay.
Since yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you will be just relocating the plants. I mean, rather than so your planting materials comes from relocations.
Yeah, like translocation or
Translocation.
transplantation we can say.
Okay.
Once it is taken to that new site, it has to we have to make sure it is established properly. So
Okay.
many researchers they have given negative feedback for the sequence restoration, because the methodology is not supported in many places. So that is
Okay.
why we have to keenly modify the methodology according to the place.
Okay.
So like it is tedious work, and we cannot say always we'll get the good result.
I understand. I
Uh,
understand. And one last question, sir.
yes,
See,
please.
maybe I think mangroves also you are targeting, right?
Yes,
Mangroves.
yes.
Yeah. So in mangroves, do you look for any indicator species? Maybe some insects or some. I mean, rather than the plant per se, do you have some indicator species for the mangroves? I mean,
So
the fauna.
usually, haha, in the fauna, in mangrove ecosystem, we always see mudskipper, crab,
Okay.
and birds and all. So
Okay.
again, like mudskipper, they play a very important role in, like when mudskipper goes, no, they maintain their territory, they make burrow, and the fiddler crab, that is
Okay.
also like an indicator species,
Okay.
and so these crabs and all like making the burrow, and mudskipper also making the burrow. So this will play the role of earthworm in the land.
Okay.
Same like that, they will their burrow will be exchanging the gases and making the organism outside inside like that.
Okay.
These are these are the not only the factors. Like we also have to study the water quality and the like water flow. Also, we have to study for the mangrove restoration, like the salinity of the water, and the water's the tidal amplitude,
Okay.
and the tidal region. Based on that, also we have that is also
So,
important factors for the
yeah.
mangrove restoration.
Basically, you don't. I mean, insects are not taken as a model. No, anywhere in the mangroves. I mean, I don't. I doubt insects. Rarely only
Yeah,
we see
insects are not taken,
not
but
taken.
there
Because
are
my
some
experience
reports.
with the insects also is like that. Mangroves, we don't get a good diversity there. Maybe the
Yes,
other
yes.
arthropods will be there. Okay.
Yeah, maybe we can have a good study on insect like for the
Yeah. Yeah.
pollinations.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in Sundarbans area, what they do is like the local community members they do apiculture
Okay.
in the mangrove ecosystem in Gujarat also. So there is one mangrove called AG Siros. The flower will be white in color. The honey of the that mangrove will be in white in color, and it will be very tasty and costly.
Okay.
So the Sundarban honey I have tasted, I have in my home. That the if you taste the Sundarban honey, the taste also will be like medicinal smell will be there.
Is it okay?
So yeah, so that is
Okay.
also very important,
Okay.
socio-economic activity followed in Sundarban region. Maybe like as a part of maybe in Kerala also you can promote
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
coastal community.
Yeah. We
So it
have
will
good.
yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Anuj, sir. Is I'll be happy to take more questions.
Sir, there is a question in the chat box.
Oh, okay. 1 minute, ma'am. How to see the chat? Okay, chat is here. Nice presentation. Just want to know, is there any economic import of seagrass? Yeah, socio-economic. See, any import, economic important. So as I said before, seagrass is a high, what to say, feeding and hiding ground for many commercially important fishes. So many commercially important fish, they are completely depend on seagrass ecosystem, mangrove and coral reef. So if this ecosystem are affected, then there are chances for the decline of commercial fishes. Fisheries pattern will be reduced. So then the fish will be, as I said before, if the place is not conducive for any organism, they will relocate the place. As you can think them as like us. When we are staying in a place, if the place is not good for us, we will be relocating the place. No, same like that, they'll be going. So that is why the fishing ground is also getting changed, and the fisherman has to travel long distance. So the economic, their economic will be affected when they are traveling for long distance for in search of fishing ground. They have to spend lot of money on petrol, fuel, and their time. So that is why these ecosystems and all, they are attracting fish resources. So that will increase the fishing resource. So like tourism also can be promoted. So economic, the coastal community has very good economic of this all this ecosystem. I hope I have answered Haj Era. Thank you very much. Austin Ajit, great, really informative session. Had no idea seagrass was both is important for the environment as well as interesting. Thank you, Austin Ajit. Amrutra, thank you so much. I appreciate your effort for this presentation. Thank you very much. Okay. Hajira, thank you very much. So, like some important, some interesting fact I would like to share. So, usually when we are going to
Hello,
the
sir.
beach,
Can you hear me?
yes, Hamna, Fatima.
Yeah, I'm from Lakshadweep, so I have a question about the seagrass.
Yes, please.
Could the restoration of seagrass meadows in Lakshadweep serve as a
Mm,
nature-based solution for
mm,
enhancing climate resilience while simultaneously we can conserving marine biodiversity?
yes. Yes.
Ah,
Hello.
okay, 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 okay.
Okay. So this, yeah. As I said, like a seagrass ecosystem in Lakshadweep, Seema Farah is doing seagrass restoration. There, I think I have not visited Lakshadweep, but I heard that people are using that traditional method like palm leaf for seagrass restoration. Then when we are doing this our research, I was studying about the methodology followed in Lakshadweep area. So the for increase the biodiversity, we need all these ecosystem. All these ecosystem are interlinked. Seagrass is also very important. So like I also wanted to, yeah, thank you, Hamna Fatima.
Okay,
And
sir. Thank you,
yeah,
thank you.
thank you. I was talking about like when like many of us will be visiting beaches. So when we are visiting beaches, we'll be very fascinating to see all the seashore, sea animal and seashells. So many people, many children, we used to take the seashells. So someone asked me whether we can take the seashells or not. So my advice is not to take the seashells. Why? Because is like there are many reasons. First is there are a lot of many scheduled seashells will be there in many places. Like if you go to Andamans, or if you go to Maldives and all, we can see many scheduled species which we don't know. So unknowingly we may take that, and while traveling when we're carrying that in the flight, will there are a lot of chances we'll be get caught. So there will be a set of forest department people who will be checking all this when whether we are carrying the scheduled one or not. That is illegally not allowed. I mean, that is illegal to carry all the scheduled thing. Second one is if you see the beaches will be like categorized. Okay, the world's beautiful beach or world's good beach, clean beach, and all. So based on that, the footfall will be there. Tourists will be attracted, and the revenue of the fisher folk, revenue of the government will be increased. So on what basis the beaches are categorized? How they are saying which is this is a beautiful beach. Many beaches are there in India, but in Andaman, the beautiful beaches in Radhanagar. Why they are saying beautiful beaches? Few categories. First is water quality should be clean. I mean, water should be clean, and beach should be white in color, and the cleanliness of the beach should be there. So how we are getting the white color sand? This white color sand is getting from the calcium producing material. So this white color sand is the calcium is calcium we are getting from coral reef and shells. When these shells are broken into small pieces, again this will be the calcium will be accumulated in beaches, and this will increase the grade of the beach, and this will attract the tourism. And some shells and this broken calcium, they are food for the, like they'll be taken in the recycling process. Many calcium dependent organisms like coral and crabs and other shells, this dissolved calcium will be consumed by them, taken by them. So this is like a cycle process. We when we are taking shell for ourselves for ornamental purpose, we are stopping the cyclic process, nature's cyclic process. So that my advice is not to take any shells. If you like very much liking the shells means, take one or two, not much. Don't collect that. We are not going to do anything with that shell in our home. So try to avoid taking shells from the beaches. That has a environmental ecological value. So some hermit crab also use that shell, so old shell, for their what to say, as their residence, many things. Okay, we are entering into someone's place where we are not invited. Beach ecosystem is not our ecosystem, we are entering to them. So we are just going there, we can see, have a look, that's all. Please don't disturb any ecosystem, any marine organisms. Thank you very much. One more thing, sir. Where can we find the PPT? Pardon me if I'm not supposed to be shared. Amrut Raj, PPT I have not shared with anyone. If you want, I can share the PDF one. You can drop your email, or you can I can share with the organizing committee, so you can take from the organizing committee maybe. Where I can share the PPT in the PDF format, gentlemen, so that.
So I'll try to connect with you via LinkedIn or something.
Okay, Amrut Raj.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very
I
much.
find it really helpful.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'll do that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
If there are no more questions, can we wind up today's session? As we come to the end of today's session, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to Dr. D. Adhavan for his enlightening and insightful talk on coastal and marine ecosystem, current status, challenges, and conservation initiative. Through his presentation, we gained valuable insight into challenges faced by our coastal and marine ecosystem and the importance of conservation, restoration, and community participation in protecting these fragile environments. We sincerely thank Dr. Adhavan for sharing his knowledge and experience with us and for inspiring us to look at marine conservation from a broader perspective. We also thank everyone who joined us and actively participated in today's session. Your enthusiasm and curiosity continue to make Biorix a vibrant and growing scientific community. With that, we officially conclude today's session. Thank you all for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you again at another exciting Biorix session. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you.